I want to touch on the exhaustion that both of these teams have in different ways. UVA swimming back-to-back in this dual meet, and of course NC State traveling up here this morning. So both teams are exhausted in their own ways. You're having to rely on your mental strength and your muscle memory. Coach, you're off to a great start. Your men got a new pool record, 124.14 in that 200 medley relay. What are your takeaways from that event and setting the tone for the rest of the event?
Well, I think it's definitely a strong relay for us.
In a race like this, you just have to pace yourself. You don't want to go out too fast. You know you need to save and store some of that energy for later in the back half of the race. Nelson's still holding the lead there, but you can see next to her in lane 4, Abby Webb of North Carolina State is challenging her, and of course Nelson can see her and knows she's right on her tail. Walsh is off to a really fast start. You got a really nice close-up shot from our crew here of how still Walsh's head is the entire race, and her flip turns are so efficient. Taking a look at the finish, you can see it comes down to right here, this final push of the wall. And Nichols just out-touches Cousteau. Noah Henderson in lane 2 for NC State. Gets in the wall there first. A 22.84 split time there, so you want to keep an eye on him. Also at the bottom of your screen, lane 8 of NC State, that's Aiden Hayes. What a finish. It'll go to David Curtis of NC State, a 19.38. The new pool record. Drew, Elizabeth Kay took 1 meter. I want to circle in on her gainer 2.5, a big dive, monster DD, and she went over on it. How does that give you confidence in her competing that moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we figured that that's a dive we definitely need for the postseason. She's a really competitive diver. And if I give her the option to be aggressive and go for a dive like that, she's going to take it. I know she can do a 51.32 full twister. So I really wanted to see what she can do in a meet with a 305. And this is the first meet where she's gotten the start. So hopefully we keep it going the next month. It's in a good spot. We can use it to our advantage. Yeah, obviously she's really talented. She's got a lot of athletic ability, so we're just trying to find the best way to package that. And she's started to figure it out. She's still a freshman, so we're getting there.
She sure is. And Madison Gross's full out gave her the edge and the win on 3 meter. What is it about that dive, having it last, that seals the deal?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's that dive over the last 3 weeks has gotten probably to be our most confident. But it's a whole different ballgame when you put the end of your list and you've got a good list going on. She hadn't hit a zone score yet, and so she blew right past that today. But it was nice that she had hit the other 5 dives, so it put her in a position where, you know, she didn't have to try overexert herself. She just kind of stayed within the lines and did what she's capable of doing. We see that in practice every day. It's cool to see in a meet, though.
I want to go back to your senior, Walker Creedon, securing the second place spot on both 3 meter and 1 meter. What has been so impressive about his diving?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because springboard's kind of always been tough for him. He's always a platform diver. So sometimes he comes in and maybe he's a little tired, or like you see on his heel's hurt after hitting the board a couple days ago. I'm genuinely surprised by how well he competed this weekend, not because of who he is, but based on just where he's been training the last couple of weeks. It's been a tough go. So he stepped up for sure. I know he's disappointed. I thought he really wanted to win 3 meter. And I thought he overexerted himself a little bit, and that's a good lesson because I think he's going to be really competitive on at least 3 meter at the conference level, if not beyond that. So really good stuff. Really happy for him. Really proud of him. He's grown a lot, and he's starting to show some really good stuff on springboard here later in the year.
He really is. And up next is the Cavalier Invite. How does that set your team up for the conference championship season?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a really good opportunity for maybe our athletes that need a little more competitive experience. At this point, we've had a lot of meets, so it's not a need for a lot of people. But some people, whether they've gotten a zone score, want to do it again, or maybe they need a zone score, it's a great opportunity for that. It's also a really good kind of bridge towards our postseason, right? So we've got about 3 to 4 weeks till ACCs. I hate to just train. I think we need to stay competitively ready, because once ACCs hits, then it's big time.
Thanks so much, Coach. Tiltman actually had a faster split there, a 28.63 of the 28.80 that Burkhoff had. So Tiltman is closing in on Burkhoff. 29.96 split time, so we'll try and keep an eye on that throughout the rest of this race. She's keeping up a nice pace, really good underwaters. Lane 5, her teammate Ella Nelson staying with her though.
Nelson, who, as we told you if you were with us earlier, set the lone pool record yesterday with her performance against North Carolina.
Nelson with a 32-52 split. Wenger with a 33 split. So Nelson's catching up to her. You love that glide, that push off the wall. Once the swimmers break the surface, you can really see the separation. Noah Nichols will touch first on that split, a 26-23. He's really separated himself. Gets off the wall really quick.
Nichols, of course, being referenced, is there in lane 5. Casey Storch, another of those fourth years being honored for Virginia's in lane 3. Had that last of the individual moments on the men's side yesterday as a part of the opening of Alumni Weekend.
A little bit slow over split time for Nichols there, a 29-46, a nice tight shot there. You can see how much distance he gets with every stroke gliding underwater. In breaststroke, you're finding that rhythm and that pattern that works for you. And he's so efficient with every stroke and every kick. And check out this finish. UVA just out touching NC State. And that's another pool record